Even if I'm recording everything, this is for you. So ask questions. Feel free to make it your own. I archive all this so you can have review videos, which you guys are probably familiar with, right? You've looked at some of the videos I have online. There's like over 1,500 videos. So we really don't need, we don't really need more videos, but since this is a brand new incarnation of like when we blend two things together, it actually amplifies the teachings. So this is going to be exciting for me, and I will make it as in-depth as you guys want. So what's great about these small private trainings is it really is your, time. So we get to take it in whatever direction you want. If you look at the outline, which is what I went ahead and sent this over to you guys yesterday, so you would have something easy. So that 200 pages is great for study and review, but and I want you guys to read that because it goes into the reason why the swing is so healing, the benefits that you have for the spine, especially what inversions do to the lymph and endocrine systems. I also put some references in there for the immune system and the nervous system. I just go into like about 50 pages of details in the beginning of all the benefits of using this practice, which is good to share with your people, right? And people need to know how powerful this is and why, and then give them quick references. It's all broken up. The AYRx program is broken up into body parts. So I might have added the details when I was teaching you guys in AYP, what this pose is good for, what the benefits are, and everything, but we're going to give it like our spotlight. We're going to really give it our full attention. So when we learn a pose, we're going to immediately go into dialogue. Okay, what do you think this would be good for? What do you see? How would you address somebody's particular injury or issue using this pose? How do you see it being beneficial to them? And then also knowing that we have this entire variety pack. So I usually, and you'll notice in the templates, I narrow down to about 5 poses, but really there's more. I just kind of pick and choose which are the best ones or the top ones. But really, as we are in discussion, you'll be able to give me probably 10 poses, right, as examples. But each time we learn about the body, we're going to just target a certain combination of sequences. It doesn't mean they're the only ones. And I think it's really good to make it your own, because if you're teaching somebody and you notice that one of the poses isn't doing it for them, like it's not hitting that spot and getting that spot, well then try one of the other ones. Really let it be an experiment, and let them know that they're a unique individual and that their experience is going to be like authentic to them, and that's okay. And that's why I give you so many poses, so many. There's 120 templates in there, but there's way more than that. I mean, there's so many poses that we can go into. I just picked those top ones, and of course, you got the deck of cards, but there's a deck of playing cards, which makes it really fun. Yeah, so there's only 52 poses in that, right? Because it's a deck of cards, and so I kept it kind of like as that template, where there's 13 clubs and 13 hearts. Those are the restorative and therapeutics. The clubs are the lower body and legs. It's nice to have quick references just for a few. The hearts are all heart opening and back bends. Really convenient, right? Mm-hmm. The diamonds are all the inversions, because the diamond goes upside down, right? So you flip it. And the inversions are more the dynamic poses, and then the stars are also the more advanced poses. Some more of the tricks, some more of the big, more dynamic expressions are there. So you have half dynamic and half therapeutic in the deck. Okay, so those are really fun to hand out, as little business cards. They're also fun to pick a couple cards, like even in class, and be like, okay, everybody pick a card, and then we'll focus on it. And there's so many great ways to use that as a study deck and a practice deck and invite people into the playfulness of it, right? And it's called aerial yoga play, so we need a deck of playing cards. It just makes sense. So those are hot off the presses too. So new manual, new cards, new mats, new bags. You guys all get a bag, which remind me to get that for you, which is really fun. Wear that to the grocery store and everything. Carry your swing in it. So let's go ahead and jump into what the AYP AYRx combo will look like. And you will get a dual certification this weekend. For you, you've already gotten the intermediate. I think I owe you an advanced certificate. I gave it to you online, but I'll put these all in Google Drive for you guys to print. You'll get upgraded to the intermediate AYP, and then you will both get the AYRx intermediate certificates. So there'll be dual certifications for the weekend, assuming you're going to do it right. We'll let you do day by day. Which is really exciting because then you really have the practice and the therapeutics under your belt, and both levels, we'll call it AYP Module 1 and AYRx Module 2, both levels have advanced versions. So you finish the advanced AYP, there is an advanced AYRx, which we can do later on. This is more for, I gear this towards people who are going to be working with newbies, are going to be working with beginners, are going to be working with people who have injury, so some of the advanced stuff wouldn't apply to them. That's why I kept it separate, but there is an extra day, so we'll talk about that at the end. I narrowed it down, and it'll look very familiar, but I narrowed it down to 10 yoga translations, so we're going to spend 10 hours on AYP and then 10 hours on AYRx. I split it pretty evenly, but you will see all of the information being infused into AYP. So it's not going to be just separate days, right? Today is going to be mostly review for both of you guys, but we're going to just act like we've never done this program before. But you'll notice instead of the emphasis being on the poses, it's going to be about the body parts. And so that's the difference, and it's going to be all restorative. Tomorrow we'll do dynamic. And then Sunday we actually have, and we'll be learning YOGASSAGE. We'll learn 4 of the YOGASSAGE. There's 6 YOGASSAGE techniques altogether. I decided to give you guys 4 out of the 6. So when you do the advanced, you get the last 2 that are a little bit more dynamic. So today we'll just focus on cocooning. World-class favorite. Everybody loves it. Like, you cannot go wrong with YOGASSAGE and cocooning, literally. It's like 80-year-old folks and children all like across the board love it. So the YOGASSAGE is a really important component, the hands-on component. It's extremely healing for people to get that touch and to really feel confident that we can do just some real basic opening and aligning and releasing the nervous system. You know, the spine and the nervous system are intimately related, and that's what we're going to be working on with the YOGASSAGE today. So then, if you turn the page, we're going to just go over the yoga translations 1 through 4, identical to the basic training we've done. Okay, our emphasis, after we review all that, which should take an hour, we're going to fly through a little bit quicker. After we do 1 through 4, then the basic training, hopefully we'll do this today. I'm giving you guys way more than you actually need. You'll just know, you'll be like, oh, okay, we're doing 20 pages. And don't get overwhelmed, just know some of it will be kind of skimming and other parts we're going to dive in. So again, however long it takes us, but I figured today we will go over all of these restorative poses. And so we're going to practice from 2 to 5 right now, with a little break to kind of snack and take care of ourselves and all of that. You're absolutely welcome to take a bathroom break, take a breather, take a rest, sit and write whatever you need to do. Don't feel like you need to spend all of that time in the swing. 5 to 6, we'll get a break, which is nice. And then you're welcome to have a meal, like eat lightly, but eat for sure. And then 6 to 8, we're all going to get in the swing and practice, which will basically be a review of what we did today, with all of the emphasis, which you guys are going to write down, because the outline is not the descriptions. The outline is an outline for you guys to fill in. This is a great place for you to write, and I will give you little hints and notes, but I also want you guys to find your own rhythm in writing and notes with that. So then tomorrow is more review. We're going to do the intermediate AYP, because you need to know these poses in order to do the RX. So what I did is I kind of combined, we're on page 4. I kind of combined intermediate and advanced poses because there are certain things that we did in the advanced training for AYP that are really therapeutic. So we're basically, depending on how we use it, the pose can be advanced or it can be therapeutic and restorative. So we have 5 through 10 on the yoga translations, which we'll do tomorrow. So after we get through all that, what we're going to do is focus on these particular therapeutic sequences, which some of them we are doing today, and some of them we'll do again tomorrow. These are all new sequences that I want you guys to feel really comfortable leaving today, getting somebody into the X Factor in particular, which is normally taught in the advanced training, but now it got bumped into the Therapeutic AYRx program, and really, really helpful for neck and shoulders. So emphasis is going to be neck and shoulders and lower back, the overarching theme. Today we'll talk more about the upper body, although we can't really separate it, you know. We're going to hit both, but we're working the whole spine. But our emphasis today will be mostly upper body, and then tomorrow we'll be doing upper and lower body, and then Sunday lower body. So we're going to be doing this combo back and forth, and then that's what you'll see if you keep turning the pages. You're going to see the whole AYRx program, Therapeutix 1 through 6. That's going to be mainly touching upon some of that today, but mainly what we do Sunday is go through all of this again, and then 7 through 18 is the lower body. The lower body consists of the core in the back, and then there's A and B. So core and back, which obviously matches with the training tomorrow. So we're going to emphasize that, and then legs and hips. So legs and hips we'll be doing on Sunday. So yeah, it seems like a lot, but it'll just flow really easily, especially because you'll notice, like, let's use an example, like chillaxin pose. Chillaxin pose is good for everything. Like, pretty much, yeah, and everybody's favorite. Cocoon, chillaxin, it's like you can't go wrong. So we are going to do some more standing poses today and some more grounding poses tomorrow. So there are different sequences that I'm really emphasizing that will cover the whole body. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about, like, what to do when somebody has a shoulder injury and they can't do skydiver or butterfly, that kind of thing. This is when we get into some of the other poses where we feel like more grounded and supported, and it'll flow and make sense as we go along. What I want you guys to do is feel like you can talk to me and interact with me, you know, and have conversations about it, because it's not going to slow us down. It's just going to, like, stimulate more conversation about where we can take it, how we can focus. And I am really excited to play with this with you guys, because, like I said, I have this all laid out in my head, how it's going to go really well and seamless, and then we are going to put it in the swing and in the practice, and then I'll be like, oh, so if it feels like a lot, tell me. You're like, this is kind of a lot. And if it feels like, oh, we can go a little faster, which is probably not going to happen, but just in case, if you feel like, no, we can speed up through some of this stuff, like today is all a review, but I am going to treat you guys like brand new people, because I will be teaching this to people who haven't done the AYP before, right? Yes. So if somebody really, they're like, I really want to learn your Therapeutix program, but they have to take the AYP first, this is the program for them, right? And of course, it applies for people who've done AYP, want the review, and then want that kind of interface between the two. The AYRx program is normally a 4-day training. So we are squeezing the 4 days into 3 days. But like I said, some of the advanced stuff I just bookmarked and was like, we'll just add an extra day. So typically for a weekend like this, I will be available on Mondays for the extra day of training for people who want to stay on. It's not mandatory at all, because, you know, some people work. So Mondays isn't an option, but I wanted to give people that 4-day option within that normal Friday, Saturday, Sunday weekend. So that's how I see it going. So let's go ahead and get in the swing and have some fun with it. Like I said, feel free to communicate with me as you need. But we're going to learn the basics. So right now we can turn the page and just have the visual for sumo squat lunges and back bends. And this will all be very familiar.